We know you're not going to perform your duties of office as Attorney General the way Eric Holder has performed his duties. How are you going to be different?
Senator, if confirmed as Attorney General, I will be myself. I will be Loretta Lynch.
Almost 8 hours of hearings boiled down to a single sentence, with Attorney General nominee Loretta Lynch insisting she'll be different than her predecessor. Shannon Bream watched the hearings, and Shannon, a big sticking point today, immigration.
You're absolutely right, Megyn. It came up again and again as senators said they were less concerned about Lynch's past and more about her future. They wanted to know if she plans to follow the path of current Attorney General Eric Holder and whether she'll tell the president no if she believes he's exceeding his authority. Senator Jeff Sessions repeatedly asked Lynch what she thinks of the president's recent unilateral action on immigration. Here's their exchange.
Who has more right to a job in this country? A lawful immigrant who's here, a green card holder, or a citizen, or a person who entered the country unlawfully?
Well, Senator, I believe that the right and the obligation to work is one that's shared by everyone in this country, regardless of how they came here. And certainly if someone is here, regardless of status, I would prefer that they be participating in the workplace than not participating in the workplace.
That answer seemed to shock a lot of people, given that the Attorney General is the nation's top law enforcement officer and that it's a federal crime for an employer to hire someone who is not in this country legally. Texas Republican Ted Cruz also wanted to talk about the administration's position on drones, whether it's legal to use them against a U.S. citizen on American soil, and he didn't like her answer.
I'm disappointed that like Attorney General Holder, you are declining to give a simple, straightforward answer, and in fact what I think is the obvious answer of no. The federal government cannot use lethal force from a drone to kill an American citizen on American soil if that individual doesn't pose an imminent threat.
Other topics included Fast and Furious and the IRS targeting of conservative groups. In many cases, Lynch was diplomatic, declining to comment, often saying she didn't have enough information. Megyn?
All right, Shannon, thank you. Joining me now, Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions. He's a Republican, a member of the Judiciary Committee, and chairman of the Subcommittee on Immigration. Great to see you tonight, sir. So to those at home listening to that answer on immigration who say, well, I guess it's better if the illegal immigrants who are here work rather than sitting around, doing nothing, as Ms. Lynch suggested, what say you?
Well, we don't have enough jobs for the American people here today. When I ask her about competition, what if two people go to apply for a truck driver's job, and one's unemployed American and one is an illegal immigrant, just last week given legal status by the President of the United States, unlawfully given that status, and they compete and he loses his job. We've got to ask ourselves who it is this government is representing. Are we representing the interest of Americans who are hurting today effectively, who are having a difficult time of having jobs, whose wages are down? And I think that this administration in her statement really opened up and showed what they really believe about this. They're as committed to finding jobs for illegal people in our country today as they are people who are here lawfully.
She ultimately tried to couch it by saying, well, we want everyone to seek employment, but we do have in place a legal framework that requires employers to not hire people who aren't citizens. Did that assuage your concerns at all?
Megyn, it really didn't. If you read the transcript completely, it clearly does not. What she basically was saying, and really did say overtly, that, well, she's talking about the 5 million the president is giving legal status to, a Social Security number for, participation, able to take any job in the American workforce. When I asked her, would those people that he provides legal status to, would American workers have a chance to object? She really didn't answer. And I asked her how they would handle it if those American workers or lawful workers sued because someone else who was here unlawfully took their job. So she didn't have a good answer for that. So I would just say that fundamentally she openly advocated for the providing of scarce jobs in America to those who are here illegally.
Do you think that there's any chance that Ms. Lynch will not be confirmed?
Well, I think there's some chance of it, yes. We've got to think this through. Congress has a right to defend itself and its legitimate powers. The president asked it to pass certain immigration laws, and Congress refused. So he's doing it anyway. He's not just using prosecutorial discretion, Megyn. What he's providing is work authorization, Social Security benefits, Medicare, that Congress has just rejected.
She also told you that she thinks his executive action was legal, and you found that very troubling. I got to leave it at that because we're coming up against a hard break, Senator. It's always great to see you. Up next.